Hello everyone, this is Maria from Maxi Physio. I prepared for you today a Pilates class using the oval ball or the soft Pilates ball. So all you need for this class is an oval ball or soft ball and a mat where you can lie down comfortably. So we're gonna get started with the ball. As you can see, very little inflated, it's almost empty. You might need to put a bit more air on it depending on your neck. We're gonna use it to support our head. So basically we're gonna try to keep a little bit of support on the head but without making your head go into a lot of flexion. So I'll show you in a moment. So let's get started by rolling through our side and then rolling into our back. And what I want you to do is place the ball on the base of your skull. So it's not the neck itself, it's the head. So my neck is free, and as I said, it needs to be comfortable for your head, for your neck. So you might need to maybe inflate it a little bit more than mine, or maybe the other way around. Maybe have a little bit less air than me. So we're just gonna start trying to stay comfortable through the body. Keep the legs about hip width apart. Think of your back position being neutral, shoulders relaxed, and we're gonna start just mobilizing the neck. So we're gonna go ahead and allow the chin to come up, and then we're gonna do the opposite, allow the chin to go down. So we create a little bit of lengthening at the back of the neck. This is very good to activate your deep neck flexor muscles, which are the ones that help you in terms of your head position and your posture for your head and the neck, which often tend to get very shortened and stiff. So this is a nice exercise for neck release, but also for neck posture work. And of course, you want to move into a range that feels comfortable for you. Getting a bit of a stretch, but again, not pain or anything like that. And we'll try to stop sort of from the middle or neutral, and then we're going to do a few rotations. So just allow your head to turn gently. Use the support of the head to help you, and then we'll go to the other direction. And just notice the difference in terms of the stretch. I'm not sure if you can hear the noise of the ball. It's squeaking a little bit. And let's repeat it again. So I'm trying to keep my head as relaxed as possible as I do the twist. And I'm trying to use the ball to help me deepen into the rotation. Especially if you notice you got one side that feels stiffer, you can try to use the ball to help you go a bit deeper into it. So it should help you with the stretch, it should help you to facilitate movement. So I'm just going to be going for one more each side. And we're going to stop on the middle. If you feel you need to adjust the ball a little bit, please do. Just try to keep again your chin slightly tucked in so your neck stays neutral. And let's just focus on our arms and the shoulders. So take the arms up, palms facing in. Just start by reaching your fingertips up to the sky and then connecting your shoulder blades back down. You can try to either breathing, inhaling as we reach, exhaling as we connect the shoulder blades, keeping our back neutral. Legs hip width, and of course your neck neutral, as I just said. So trying to activate a little bit our mid-back muscles, just thinking of our shoulder and scapular stability. Broaden a little bit the collarbones as you connect the shoulder blades one to another. Let's repeat it one more time. Keep a little bit of connection now between the blades, try not to lose that, and then from there let's breathe in, taking the arms back, breathe out to the mid-range, circle around. Or if you think of kind of doing like a D shape, capital D shape with your arms on each side, that might help too. If you think of that, visualize that image. Let's do it one more time, this direction, breathe in, breathe out. Let's just pause. You can make sure you still feel the connection between the blades, otherwise just reconnect. And let's go again. Inhale and exhale. Doing again that sort of circular motion, or again, if you think of that capital D shape on each arm. Let's go for another 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, we're going to release down. Great. So carefully just remove the ball from underneath your head. And now we need to inflate it a little bit more. So we're going to try to inflate the ball about halfway. So it's not going to be fully inflated yet, but there's a little bit more. And now we're going to place it underneath the hip bones or your pelvis. So think of your sacrum and make sure it stays centered. So the tailbone should be slightly off. Maybe you might feel at the end of the lower back, and maybe take the hands onto the hip bones and then just go ahead and tilt a little bit your pelvis backwards and forwards. So creating a bit of movement. So you can kind of feel where your hips are and hopefully trying to stay again neutral. Because you might tend to tuck under when you're with the ball, or maybe you might tend to overarch. Just want you to try to maintain your pelvis neutral. What's going to happen is that the ball is going to make you feel a bit wobbly, so it's going to challenge your core, but it's also going to give you a little bit of support on the spine. It's taking part of the weight of your hips and your lower back. So if you prefer to keep your hands here, maybe for the start on the hip bone, so you can feel what happens on the pelvis, great. And I'll eventually let you know when you can, if you wish to, you can take your hands down. So we're going to breathe in and out. As you breathe out, try to feel a little bit of tension to the core. You might feel it with your fingers here. And then go ahead and take your right leg to single tabletop or 90 degrees. Breathe in, release, breathe out, engage again through the core, take your left leg up. And we're going to keep alternating. Again, trying to keep a good balance through the pelvis. You might feel again a little bit wobbly here or there, but that's normal. Just as much as you can, keep your back neutral. Keep your neck also neutral, chest open. And you're going to stay inactive through the core. Now, if you feel comfortable there, you want to progress it, keep the arms now by your side. Think of your chest, nice and open. Thinking again of your posture, your balance. And then maybe float your arms to touch, so you can challenge a bit more your core and your control. You can always return the arms down, but if you're able to keep them slightly hover, great. You can maintain again your chest open. This is Merlina the cat, if you can see her there. She's very playful, so she often comes to say hello. Great, so if that's going well, let's return the arms back down. Let's progress this. Take your right leg back to tabletop, breathe in, and as you breathe out, engage your core again strongly and swap your legs. Inhale and exhale, change. So we're going to be doing a scissor motion, and we'll go again. Just to get the abdominals going a bit stronger. And you can float the arms up, maybe for a bit more challenge, more control. And we can try to go for another 6, 3 times on each side. 5, keep it going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then lower your leg down, return the arms down. So we're going to do one more progression of that movement. We're going to come onto double tabletop now. So go ahead and breathe out, take your right leg up, inhale again, exhale, engage again through the core, breathe strongly, both legs up, feet and knees are still about hip width apart. Now from here we're going to exhale as you engage, tap the foot down, come up, and then change. And we'll keep it going. And again, if you wish to, you can try to challenge your balance by floating the arms, or maybe fingertip touch. If you can keep the arms lengthened while you're here and slightly off the ground, you're going to work a bit stronger through the core, which is good. And I'm going to try to go for another 4, 3, keep it going, 2, and last one. Well done. And then let's just gently lower down one foot then the other. So the legs are going to return back to hip width. From here, we're going to go into a bridge. If you got anything underneath your neck, for any reason you're using a little bit of support, then put it away. Just make sure your neck stays fairly flat, or if you're doing something, using something, make sure it's not too high. We're going to start the shoulder bridge exercise from here. So the ball is going to facilitate the start of the bridge because your hips are already a little bit lifted. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Engage your core, round your back so you're tucking the tailbone under, and then allow the hips to come off the ball. So you hopefully can feel a bit more the squeeze to the glutes and the hamstrings. Inhale, and then exhale, melt from the ribs, from the chest, and you're going to fairly soon find the ball. You'll return to neutral, and let's repeat it a couple more times. So it's almost like a mini bridge because you're again a little bit lifted. Inhale and exhale, release. One more time. Breathing out and release. Okay, from here, let's just take the ball aside, and I want you to inflate it whole way. So it's going to be nice and tight. And let's put it between the thighs, just above, below the knees, sorry, on the inner thigh. We're going to use it for a bit of a squeeze. So we're going to repeat the bridge, but it's squeezing the ball. We should get engaged, everything a bit stronger. Inhale at the top, keep the squeeze. Exhale, melt down from the chest, slowly, vertebra by vertebra, back to neutral. Let's repeat it again. Reach up, keep it flowing. Inhale and exhale, rolling down. Let's go again. 3 more times. Squeeze through the glutes. Roll. 2 more. And one last one. Very good. So we're just going to do one more progression of the bridge. We're going to try to do a single leg extension or a single leg kick while you're on the bridge, keeping the squeeze on the ball, with the idea of helping you a bit to again stay engaged on both thighs, but also help you a bit in terms of feedback with your position, so making sure the pelvis doesn't drop or twist. So we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bridge up. We're going to keep the squeeze. Hello, Marlena. We're going to keep the squeeze on the ball, breathe in, and as you breathe out, you can extend the leg. Toes pointed if you can. Just notice how my hips stay on the same line. Breathe in, return, breathe out, keep the squeeze on the ball, change it to the other side. And we're going to keep it going. Extend, breathe in, return, and again. So trying to target both hips, both glutes, working strong. So one more time on each side if you can. Then let's return back to normal, both feet down, inhale, and exhale, lower down. When you finish this one, maybe leave the ball aside for a moment, take the knees to the chest, maybe just release the spine a little bit, side to side. And following that, we're going to change positions. We're going to roll to our side, and we're going to place the ball between the feet. So we're going to be doing a bit more work on the glutes, but sideline. So I'm going to place the ball between the heels. My legs are going to stay about 45 degrees bent up, and you can use the back of the mat as a reference. Bring your feet with the hips and the shoulders in line with the back of your mat, and you can use again a cushion for your head or your arm. Maybe just move a bit your hips and make sure you feel square one over the other. Think again of your chest nice and open. You can keep the hand onto your tummy, on the pelvis, on the mat, whatever feels better for you. I'm going to keep it lie down for me today. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, we're going to go into our clamshell or oyster exercise, keeping the ball between the heels, and then we'll close. Breathe in. So the ball again is going to challenge the movement because it'll make you feel a little bit wobblier. So your control needs to be a little bit stronger. And hopefully again it should make you activate a bit stronger through your glutes. Let's do another couple. And then we're going to progress it with the feet slightly off the ground. So imagine the ball now is like a helium balloon and it's helping you to flow your feet up. Breathe in and out. Engage the core as you open the knee to repeat the clown movement or the oyster movement. That's great. So 2 more. Can definitely feel my glutes, so hopefully you can feel that a little bit as well. Then lower yourself down, extend the legs. Make sure you can see a little bit the tip of the toes, just a fraction. Think of your toes as slightly pointed. Again, stay in a square. I'm going to need a bit of support, so if you feel wobbly, please use it. Toes pointed, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the ball, and once you feel the squeeze on the inner thighs, hover your legs a touch. Breathe in to lower, so we're doing a double leg lift. Exhale to hover. Let's repeat it again. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more. Okay, hold it here. If you're able to take your top arm up, reaching the fingertips. Ooh, sorry, a bit wobbly. Up to the sky, and let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your arm, lower your legs. Let's go for the other side. So let's just bring the legs to the other end. And we're going to repeat the same. So, ball between your feet or between your heels, legs about 45 degrees bent. Keep the heels, the hips, the shoulders in line with the back of the mat as an easy reference. You can support your head with the arm or with a cushion or a pillow. And before we do anything, just check your pelvis stays nice and square, one hip over the other. Then you can keep the hand there, maybe close to your tummy, so you can feel the activation through the breathing of your core muscles, or maybe on front of you, which is what I'm going to do. So we'll start again with an oyster or clamshell exercise. As we exhale, as you engage the core, open up the knee, trying to control the ball. Inhale to close, and let's repeat it again. That's great. And let's go again. Gonna do it one more time, and then we'll go on to the second level with your feet up. So let's just float the heels up as if your ball was a helium balloon and is helping you to stay up. And let's go again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then slowly return down, extend both legs. Have a look and make sure you can see a little bit the tip of the toes, hips square. If you're able to balance, great, but if not, you can keep your hand here like I'm going to do. Toes pointed, squeeze the ball, feel the inner thighs, and then come onto a double leg lift. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. You notice again which side feels a bit stronger, which side feels a bit weaker, a bit wobblier. We're always a bit different on both. And we're going to do 2 more times. Again, we do about 5 as we've been doing. 5 repetitions. Let's hold this next one for again 5 seconds. Fingertips reach into the sky. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Let's come on to 4-point knee now. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring, I'm going to change sides. So I come back to the, I just did my left, so I'm going to come back to the right. Whichever side you did, just try to come to the other leg, yeah? So you're just resting the side you worked on. So we're going to place the ball on the crease of the knee. So this is going to get a bit your hamstrings and your glutes again. We come into 4-point lean, back neutral, hands below your shoulders. You can always do it on your knuckles and legs about hip width. And of course you can use a bit of padding for your knees if you need to. So you bend your knee a little bit, yeah, just to hold the ball there. That's going to activate with your hamstrings. We're going to breathe in and out, and we're going to come onto a donkey kick movement, Try not to shuffle the pelvis to the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more times. And then let's do a doggy kick, which is opening. Might not be very wide. It's more again about your control. So try not to shuffle the pelvis to the opposite side. 2 more. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. And release. Let's just come down to child's pose for a moment before we do the other side. So you have a bit of recovery. You can raise your hands and the wrists. Down. relax a bit the shoulders and just come back. Let's do the other side. So change the ball to the back of the knee or the crease of your knee on the other side. Bend your knee so you activate a bit your hamstring. You hold the ball there. And let's go again. Trying to stay neutral. Trying to go into that kick, donkey kick motion without losing too much your back position, hopefully. And we'll go for the doggy kick, which is opening to the side, trying to control. So you might not be able to go very wide. If you go very wide and you start shuffling, then reduce the range. 2 more. And when you finish this one, you can release the ball again, and let's come back down to child's pose. Recover. We're going to use the ball now for a bit of release for your upper back, your thoracic spine. So you're going to place the ball behind you. Now, you need to help yourself with your hands. And I want you to try to place, think of your shoulder blade area. So between the base of the shoulder blades and the top of the shoulder blades on the middle. That's where the ball is going to go. And then you're going to support your head with your hands to make sure your neck doesn't stiffen up. And then what we're going to try to do is see if we can lean over the ball. So you go into a bit of an arch, a bit of extension. And then we're going to come back up. Almost as if you were doing a sit-up. But I want you to think of working on the extension of the arch. So we're going to breathe in as we come back, opening the lungs, opening the chest, opening the shoulders, and then breathe out as we return. Because as you come back up, as I said, there's a bit of work on the core. We're going to repeat it again. Let's do it a few more times. Feels really good. If you're stiff, you'll notice it's quite hard to go back. So if you don't go all the way down, like for me, it's not too bad, so I can go easily all the way down. But if you find you can raise your head down, that's fine. You go to where you can. And see if we can do it 2 more times. Inhaling as you release. Exhaling to come back. 1 more. Now from here, we're going to try to keep the ball on the same area, but you're going to be sideline. We're going to do an arm opening, a stretch, but with the ball again onto that mid back or upper back part of the spine. So because I don't have a cushion, I'm going to support my head with the underneath arm. If you got a cushion, you could extend one arm over the other. Otherwise, you're welcome to keep your arm like this, and the top arm, whichever arm you're on, is going to extend. You can keep your legs together, or I like bringing my top leg on front because that usually holds my knees and my pelvis a little bit better. But you can always do it like this. What you just want to make sure is that the hips and the pelvis don't move. So we're going to extend the top arm, as I was saying. Breathe in, lengthen your fingers, breathe out, begin to open the arm. Make sure your head is rotating, and you'll find the ball on that sort of upper back area, around the shoulder blade area. And then we're going to try, I'm just adjusting it a little bit. We're going to try to keep opening the arm. Obviously, you're going to have the ball that is going to restrict the movement, but it gives you support. Actually, it feels really nice. Now breathe in and breathe out to return. And we'll do it again. So as I said, the ball is going to stop here, but I want you to keep moving. So you use that support to give you a nice stretch on the shoulder. It's very good for your pecs, for the chest. And the same to do it 3 more times, and then we'll go for the other side. As I was saying, make sure your neck is moving, so you need to follow the fingers with your eyes on the way forward, on the way back. And through the breathing, you're still activating a bit the core. Nice and gently, but just trying to stay active through those deep abdominal muscles and your pelvic floor. 1 more. And let's go for the other side. So again, if you're using a cushion for your head, please move it around. And if not, again, you can support your head with the underneath arm. And we'll extend the top arm if you have a cushion, and you can extend both, great, but otherwise just do the top one. And bring again the ball around that sort of area of your shoulder blades, between the blades. So it's kind of the mid upper back area. Both legs bent up, or one on front of the other, if you prefer. I might need to adjust the ball, but we'll see. So lengthen the top arm, breathe in, and then begin to open. Just actually need to move it straight away, yeah. Just go back. Oh, this is my stiff side. Breathe in when you're at the back. Breathe out to return. So again, as I said, the ball is going to stop you a little bit, but it's going to give you a little bit of support as well at the end of the stretch. If you've done this before without the ball, you'll notice how different it feels. But again, it feels really good. I can actually get a better stretch on my shoulder and the chest. And again, your legs, remember, they shouldn't be moving. So again, if you got them like this, it's easy. Your knees shouldn't be lifting, the top one especially. If you got one over the other, just make sure they don't twist back. And I'm gonna try to do 3 more times. Breathe in and out, remember to stay engaged to the core a little bit. Trying to follow again the movement, even if you're a bit stiffer or not. I'm a bit stiffer on the neck as well, so I find this more challenging to keep my visual feedback, but I'm still seeing my fingers at the end of the movement and as I return as well. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back. Very good. All right, so let's just take the ball out of the way, and we're just gonna leave it to the side. Just make sure it doesn't bother you. Just gonna take a quick stretch on the glutes. So let's cross the right foot over the left knee. If you feel the stretch here, great. If not, you can lift it up. You can use your hand on the knee to open up a bit the hip. Just hold it for 2 breaths. Just because we've done a little bit of work on the glutes, so it's nice to give them a briefer stretch. If you got your legs up, return them down. And before we do the other side, let's just hold the back of the thigh with our hands, extend the knee, maybe flex the foot for a bit of a hamstring and calf stretch. If you got the flexibility, you can take the left leg straight down, maybe reach your hands a bit higher. Hold for another 2 breaths. One more. And release. And let's just go for the other side. First, your gluteal stretch. Cross the foot over the knee. Keep the knee slightly open. You can hold it there or lift up if you need more stretch. You can use your hand on the knee if you wish to. Breathe in and out. Stay and relax. Feeling the stretch on the left hip, left gluteals. Then if you got your legs up, return, and let's just do the hamstring stretch. Hold the back of your thigh with your hands. Extend the knee. Flex the foot if you can. And as before, if you got the flexibility, extend the left leg down, the right leg down, sorry. And then maybe take your hands a bit higher on your left leg. Otherwise, you can keep them down. And hold again for another 2 deep breaths. Should be feeling good, hopefully. And release. So from here, if you bend both knees and you roll again to your side, and then help yourself to come back into sitting. And this is the end of this short Pilates class with the yoga ball. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this class and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. And if you got any comments or any suggestions for any other videos, please let me know. If you're interested in any of my online classes, please go to my website, maxiphysio.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you on my next video soon. Bye bye.